Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into my official NFL Top 5 Stadiums ranked for 2022, where I go over the best 5 stadiums in the NFL. This is just my opinion, guys, and it's pretty unique, I gotta say, but again, just my opinion on which stadiums I prefer to look at as a viewer, in my opinion. So let's get right into this. Coming in at number 5 of the best stadiums in the NFL, a little bit of a surprise, Ford Field, home to the Detroit Lions. It opened in 2002. Now, normally I say, I don't like dome stadiums. This is the rare exception. This is not a retractable roof. It is a full dome. Being in Detroit, controlled climate, there's just something about this place. It seems cozy. It seems clean. Very comfortable, and it's such great seats all around. There's no real horrible seat. It's small, but it's not too small. Like the Bills Stadium, to me, feels too small. It feels like a college stadium. Ford Field doesn't feel like a college stadium. It feels like it's just big enough to be a small NFL functioning stadium, if that makes sense. And I don't know, I just like the coloring. It's like there's a light blue lighting in it the whole time. If the Lions got a really nice quarterback, I'd love to see a young QB thrive in that stadium. It's so just cozy. It looks cozy. The seating, the 2 decks, the suites on the side. It is a similar design to Levi Stadium, the 49ers Stadium, which I know a lot of people hate, but it doesn't have that extra obnoxious upper deck. It just looks really good and really clean, in my opinion. Possibly the NFL's most underrated stadium. It comes in at number 5 on my list of best stadiums. Moving to number 4, it's going to be LUMEN Field, better known as CenturyLink Field, home to the Seattle Seahawks. And wow, does this stadium do a great job at keeping crowd noise in. We remember the Legion of Boom 2012, 2013 era. Going to Seattle was miserable for any offense. And part of it was the unbelievable Seahawks defense with Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, Bobby Wagner, Cam Chancellor. But another part of it, just the crowd, the decibels they would get to. And it wasn't even like one of those things where the crowd is overrated and people say it's so loud, but you hear it on TV. No, it legitimately looked horrible for offenses to try and communicate. It's a very unique design where it looks like a retractable roof, but it's not. It has 2 big overhangs over the upper decks, and it has a very unique kind of pyramid scheme seating in one of the end zones. Really nice exterior, good-looking stadium. In my opinion, really fits Seattle well as well. And it just encompasses the city, the fan base. I think they did a great job. The dark blue seats, really, really great stadium. I wish it was still named CenturyLink. I hate when they change the names, but it's due to a new company buying it, so they got the naming rights. So that comes in at number 4 on my list. Moving down to number 3, AT&T Stadium, aka Jerry World, aka the 8th wonder of the world. Guys, this stadium gets unnecessary hate. It's impressive, it's huge, it's got an amazing exterior. I love that its seating design. It looks just cut. The seats are literally, each section looks perfectly cut. If you look at the interior of the stadium, I love the way when there's 425 games in Dallas, you get the sun coming through the windows. The Thanksgiving game, it happens. It's a great vibe. This is an underrated stadium. People hate on it for no reason. They say, it's mediocre. It's boring. I don't know how you can say it's boring with the scoreboard and, the massive screen. And just overall, really good, nice lighting with the windows. You can open them up. I love this stadium. I think it's underrated. It is huge. And again, the exterior of it is just really sexy. So AT&T Stadium comes in at number 3 on my list of best stadiums in 2022. Moving to number 2, it's a new one. The only new ultra modern one on the list. Allegiant Stadium, aka the Death Star. Oh my God. I'll tell you what, I normally don't like this new ultra-modern dome style, but when you make a stadium like this that literally looks like the Death Star, I gotta put it on my list. The exterior of it. You drive up to this thing. It's like a pit of darkness. It's a black hole. It is unbelievably cool. I don't love the seating scheme in the interior personally, but it's just too cool for me to leave off. I was almost going to put it at number 1. We're putting it at number 2. The interior seating almost reminds me of Soldier Field, which is not what you want. Soldier Field's regarded as not a very good stadium. So, it's just the upper deck is really massive, and that's never a good look on a stadium. But either way, it's a crazy, crazy, ultra-modern Las Vegas new stadium. They hit it out of the park. I think it was like multiple billions of dollars is what it cost. I believe it. For an ultra-modern stadium, it is the best one. I know Los Angeles has one, Atlanta has one. This blows both of those out of the water. And they're doing this whole thing where they always got to have the roof because they want to have the controlled climate. I understand it. I mean, I think 3 out of my top 5 favorite stadiums have a roof. Normally, I hate roofs, but either way, it comes in at number 2. And guys, moving to number 1, the best stadium in the NFL. Of course, it's gonna be FedEx Field. And I love what they did to the upper deck. I'm kidding, guys. The number 1 best stadium in the NFL, it has to be LAMBEAU. There's no other option. I nicknamed LAMBEAU Field the Cathedral. That's what I name it. It's like the NFL's cathedral. It is unbelievable. And they did, recently, modernize it a little bit, putting those seats. I think that was a really brilliant idea. They didn't ruin the stadium with a horrible renovation. It looks good. The added seats don't look like they're out of place. It doesn't even look like they were added. It looks like they were originally there with the stadium, like kind of a modern look to an unbelievably historic, great vibe. LAMBEAU with the temperatures, the outdoors, it all builds onto the personality. You play a game there in December. There's a few games where it's going to snow. It's going to be 5 degrees. Maybe not the best conditions for Aaron Rodgers, as we've seen. I mean, it's almost a disadvantage for the Packers nowadays with Aaron Rodgers when you see like Jimmy G go into Green Bay and win while scoring 10 points because the ball is literally frozen solid. So it might be, but no, it is amazing. LAMBEAU definitely has to be number 1. But guys, I'll tell you what, some of these other stadiums, Ford Field, very underrated. AT&T gets way too much hate. And Allegiant is just the absolute best ultra-modern stadium. It's not even close. It blows everything else out of the water. The exterior, the interior, I love the seating colors. The Raiders colors I love. The gray and black and the white as well. So guys, that is going to do it for this video. My top 5 favorite NFL stadiums in 2022. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.